Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to more Gran Turismo. Spetz rants about car companies because I'm a car guy and I like to rant about cars. We'll get to some. We're going to get to the racing, but I'm going to do. This is what we're doing first before we start doing any racing. So skip to the parts where it's going to be actual labeled as Spetz Playz and not Spetz rants. All right, Japan Daihatsu. They make some quirky little cars, and they're just kind of like city runners. Oh, that's cute. I like the midget. Oh, it's like a Cushman pickup truck or like a Reliant Robin, as most people know. Yeah, three-wheeler, little sucker that just kind of bounce around. 11 horsepower. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, you've already got me smiling. See, I like stuff that just makes me smile. So I can't get on Daihatsu too much. Capera, Copen, that's what it is. That's an adorable little car, but I mean, it's not a guy's car. No, it's a girl's car, but cute little convertible and attachable top. Oh, and that's the funniest car name ever. Well, it moves. It's all about all you can say for it. Like, well, it moved. That's the name. It moves. All right, call it Move. Oh, you can almost start off buying this thing. I'd do that too. So yeah, but okay. Daihatsu, I'm gonna give it an A minus. There's nothing there to really like say you want to buy this stuff, but between the midget and the Copens and the Move, the funniest named car ever, again A minus, just because fun stuff. Oh, this is gonna be painful. My favorite car company in the world, Mazda, the company that built all of Ford's small cars and pickup trucks for a long, long, long time. That's a cool looking old little compact car. Carol? They named it a Carol? 360 Deluxe. 19 whole horsepower. That's got a little banger engine in it. That's the Cosmo. Oh! The first rotary car they really mass produced. The Mazda Cosmo is a godsend. Oh, I love this. But yeah, go back to Mazda's history with Ford. So they started out with their partnership. They took the Mazda B1600 pickup truck, changed the nose on it, put an F-Series nose on it in the 70s. Yeah. Slapped a Ford tailgate on it, built it in Europe, shipped it over here to avoid an import tax so Ford could have a small truck just trying to compete in the small truck market that Toyota and Datsun had already really firmly established in America to try to compete. And it could. And I actually learned how to drive stick shift on a Ford Courier. So I didn't know it, and my dad didn't know it really, but we were driving a Japanese pickup truck. It's a Mazda. So we've had a Mazda before I fell in love with the company. And I started to really learn more and more about this partnership when I had my Ford Probe. I know everybody laughs at me about me owning a Ford Probe, but it's a great car with a crap name. Yeah, and no, they weren't going to actually use that car to replace the Mustang. That's a myth made up by stupid people who knee-jerk reaction to that thing. No, the Probe was just supposed to be use the Fox body chassis and build a front-wheel drive sports car on it. That's all it was, and they let Mazda design it, and they did. And the Ford Probe was one of the most beautiful cars ever made. I don't care what anybody says; it's a good car. It drove me. I had one that put 200,000 miles on it, and it never went wrong. Nothing severe, just regular wear and tear and maintenance until I got rid of it because it was literally starting to fall apart. But it was still running when I got rid of it. I just needed to fix a few things and put a little money into it. I probably kept driving it, but I didn't because I'm dumb. Anyways, we got this. I love the Cosmo. It's one of the first rotary cars. Jay Leno owns one of five that are in the United States. There's barely any of these things left in the world. They are that rare. And he resto modded it and put, I think, a two-rotor setup. Because this one only had one rotor, Wankel engine, rotary engine in it. And this is a car. It looks like it was designed in the 50s. As you see, it's a 68. It looks like a car from the 50s, and has interior options that are from the 80s. No kidding. The interior looks like a car from the 80s. The outside looks like a car from the 50s. It is a stunningly beautiful car. Love that thing. And then we got the 787B. Yeah, boy. car that won Le Mans and proved that the rotary could be a really good racing engine before Le Mans changed the rules and said only this kind of engine could be used and no more rotaries until Audi slapped everybody around with diesel some years later. So yeah, we should have some good stuff in here. I didn't see any classic like RX-7s in there. Demio, it's a Japanese only station wagon, don't care. Okay, this Miata, what year is it? 04? Yeah, I owned about an 03, I think. So I've actually owned this. Do I have my green? Let's see, green on that one. This one has green. This one has no green. Huh. Mine was green, but I had one like this. Most fun car I've ever driven. My problem was one I bought, the engine was going out of it because the dealership screwed me over. So screw them people. But I like the Miata. It's a fun car. It's a great car. They are very fun to drive. They're just good. You can't compete like the Pontiac Solstice and the Saturn Sky. Sadly, the Saturn Sky it is, but we get the Pontiac Solstice. The Saturn Sky is a brilliantly looking good car. I love the Saturn Sky. It's the same thing as the Solstice, but just looks actually like an actual sports car. It looks great. I hate the Solstice. I love the Sky. I'd own a Saturn Sky. I would buy one in a heartbeat if I could find one. Just to own it because they're freaking cool. Protege, yeah, it's a Ford Escort. Whatever. I like the Protege. Proteges are cool cars. I've always liked the Protege. I own a Mazda 3 now, but I kind of like the Protege better. I think the Protege is a better looking car. Mazda 6, yeah, it's a Ford Taurus with a better engine, better transmission, better looking. So, yeah, Mazda 6, it's a car. RX-8, successor to the RX-7, but worse in almost every way. Except that they kind of made this one into kind of like a Mustang, but there's like a third door on the right there to get in and out of. It's not on the left. You can kind of see where it's not. Well, I think they kind of modeled it, but like that. But no, there's not a door on the driver's side. There's an extra door on the passenger side. It's a 3-door, so you can get in and out of the back a little easier. But it's a really good sports car. Nothing wrong with it. Just it's an RX. It's another rotary. There's supposedly Mazda's going to bring out the RX-9. This is going to be a rotary electric hybrid that's supposed to just blow the pants off the Supra again. Here we go. RX-7s. Now, after 98, I think they were banned in the U.S. because they were too fast. So, yeah, Mazda got a car that's banned in America. I don't know what this is. Some kind of prototype thing. This is original Mazda 6 concept. Don't care. Mazda Speed 6. That'll be a fast freaking car if we can unlock that. The initial... Oh, see... Now tell me no freaking crossover SUV looks like this. They all look like this. They still look like this. God dang it. And then there's racing and touring cars. So, okay. Mazda, that takes it down half a point. I can't get mad at it, but why it's even in this game, that's half a point gone. Nothing else to really get mad about. There's a lot of good stuff here. I just don't have my... Well, there are some 80s RX-7s in the used cars. So I know they're in here. So, yeah. Mazda overall, I give them an A-. The thing that brought it down kept from getting an A+, this. Thanks. Thanks for putting that in here. But, yeah, just a solid lineup of cars. And they got the Cosmo in here. So, A- for Mazda. No, actually, I'm giving it an A. It's an A because of one car. But they would have gotten an A+ if that bullcrap was there. But yeah, Mazda's some of the most reliable bullcrap cars in the market. Even more, just as reliable, if not more so, than Subaru here. Subaru, very good car company. Oh, that's adorable. It's got 15 horsepower. Look out. Oh, I love those classic town cars Japan used to make. Let's see what we got. Legacies are great cars. So yeah, Legacy, we got the touring wagon. Those are freaking great. Remember I used that in Gran Turismo 2. It was a 4x4 car, and it was like the best thing I ever drove in that game. Yeah, the Impreza WRXs, what can you say? They're great rally cars. You can't go wrong there. More Legacies. There's nothing wrong with Legacies. We got lots of Legacies. The Cusco, Impreza, and rally car. I don't think I really say it's wrong with this lineup. Subaru, you get an A+. They just have really solid, somewhat expensive cars, but They're good. They're good cars. Acura. Shouldn't you be in the American thing? You were here designed to be in the American market. You're just Hondas with chrome noses. Don't care. Don't care. Just a Honda. Okay, NSX. All right, we're going to talk about that. Do care. NSXs are awesome. I like those cars. New one's okay too. Whatever that is. I don't care about concepts. Another concept. Don't care. I give them. I'll give Acura a B just because you get the NSX there, but there's only one. You get a B minus. B minus. This is the company that makes that Zero weird car. The Dome. Dome Zero. It's cool looking. It's from the 80s. It's a car built in 78. It looks like a future car from the 80s. Yeah, give it a B. I like it. Like I said, but that's the only thing they got. So Honda. Oh, let's see what kind of hot garbage you got thrown in this lineup. Hondas have decent cars. A Life. You called your step van Life. Bad name. Meh. It's just a van. The N360. Okay. Honda Z-Ag. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's like a hot hatchback. S500 convertible from 63. That's a nice looking little convertible. Yeah, it's not bad looking. Okay. S600. Again, a little small improvement on the previous one. Looking at the back of it. Yeah, it's a year later. ES800 from 66. And they cleaned up the front a little bit. Got a little bigger taillights in the back. I like that. Okay. 79 Civic 3-door, 1500. Yeah, it's one of those cars from like the late 70s. They put ginormous bumpers on them. 1300 Coupe 9. That's a cool looking sport coupe. Yeah, I like that. It's a cool looking car. Don't care. I don't care about race cars. We're not here to look at race cars. We're here to look at that car. But yeah, Honda known for their cheap reliable cars. They're no longer cheap anymore, and they're overpriced garbage now. Wow, a hybrid from '99. It's a Honda Insight. That's interesting. The Fit, meh. Element. I worked with somebody that had one of these. Giant box of a van. It's a van. We're going to get this out of the way. That's a van. When your roof is that tall and you have a swinging back door to load stuff in, yeah, you may not have sliding doors on the sides. That's a van. They're okay. I mean, she had it. I saw it. It's a bit big, but they're okay. But as far as putting this racing game, no. Oh, you lose 2 points. Mazda, you just lost 2 points for putting a minivan in this game. Oh, you lost 2 points. Anybody's got any other minivans, that's 2 points. Minivans are the bane of existence. They literally in Europe they don't call them minivans, they call them people carriers because that's all they do. That's all they're good for is just carry people around. Honda Accord, yeah, sporty Accord, man. That's not a 2-door Accord. That's meh. I thought Acura had the Integra, but whatever. Type R, that's a racing version. Meh. Homely looking. There's the Accord Coupe. Okay, that's not bad. S2000. Another car tried to go against the Mazda Miata and failed. It's faster than Miata, but does not handle near as good. Okay, more. Okay, here's more NSXs. Yep, more NSX. Lots of NSX. Okay, but Honda, the most you can get right now, and I'm gonna go. Okay, so you brought in a lot more NSXs. You know what? You get a 1.5 off of that minivan. You get a B. You get a B. I was gonna give you an A plus, but you got a B for having that minivan in here. Freaking minivan, this game. Freaking wrong with you. Mitsubishi, makers of the A6M Zero fighter plane, and makers of some really, really good cars throughout history until recently when they just completely all but shut their car market down for some reason. And we're stuck with a bunch of tripe. And then they brought they're the company that started the whole concept of bringing back an old named car, but not making it in the same light as the old car. So they brought back the Eclipse. sports car, front wheel drive, Ford Probe like sports car, and they brought it back and like, look, we got this new crossover SUV, and we're gonna call it the Eclipse. And everybody's like, what the frick is wrong with you? That's not an Eclipse. And everybody ragged on them for it. And then Ford does it. I bring out a 4-door Mustang with an electric motor. It's just a Ford Edge with some horse badges thrown on it. And everybody's like, it's such a good car. And I'm like, no, it's a Ford Edge with horse badges on it. And they did that. And then Ford did it again when they made a compact pickup recently. Instead of calling it the Ford Courier, which everybody thought they would, they called it the Maverick, which was a car from the 70s. And everybody's like, why would you do that? That's not that. I mean, the Maverick fits better on a pickup truck with name, but no, that should have been called the Courier, and everybody would have been happy. They're like, oh, the Courier's back, cool. No, they didn't do that. And somebody else did something like that. I can't think of it, but oh, it gets on my nerves. Anyway, here's an old Mirage. Okay, that's interesting looking. There's an old Lancer. That's kind of cool looking for an old Lancer. 73 with 100 horsepower. Not bad. Mitsubishi Galant GTO. It's 1970. That's a cool looking car. I'm not lying, guys. That thing's cool looking. Hey, we can start off with a brand new car. I can buy a Mitsubishi Mirage. Okay. Don't know. It's a prototype. Okay, there's a Galant race car. Pajero. Ooh, that's cool. A rally raid car. Well, it's a rally truck. From 85. Cool. There's some Lancer cars. Okay. Asterion. Oh, bet. Asterion is a freaking fantastic car. They partnered up with Chrysler in the 80s and made some pretty cool stuff. I thought Dodge made the Colt. I guess they took the name back over. Because that was from the 80s. Maybe that's why Dodge can't bring the Colt back. Because they're stuck. Because it's actually Mitsubishi. See, there's an Eclipse. Hey, Mitsubishi. Look, that's an actual Eclipse. Did you forget? That's what an Eclipse looks like. Not your stupid bullcrap SUV. Air Trek. That's kind of a weird name, but as far as like a giant station wagon, yeah, it looks alright. And Mitsubishi in like the early 2000s, late 90s, man, they were firing all cylinders, man. I mean, look at this. You have the Lancers. The Lancer's gone. They don't even make the rally car anymore. And see, the Lancers were freaking cool. I had a girl in high school, went to high school, and she got a brand new Lancer because, of course, she had rich parents, but she didn't get one of the Lancer Evos. She just had a basic Lancer. What the frig? Oh, it's the eye. That's dumb. I'm sorry. That's stupid looking. Tarmac. CZ3. And you got the Rally Raid car, another Pajero. And Lancer Evo. Yeah, overall, they got a fairly good lineup. I'll give them an A. And we can start off with a brand new car, guys. Remember, keep that in mind. Mitsubishi Mirage. We can start off with the 70s Mirage. That'd be kind of fun. We'll see what we can buy in the used car market. Suzuki. We got the Escudo. Oh, the most broken car ever in Gran Turismo history. Don't know a whole lot about Suzuki as a car company. They make really cheap, reliable cars. Well, I wouldn't say cheap, but they make very reliable cars with the Alto. That's a cool looking little car. But that's an 02, man. I thought that came out of the 80s. And these are a bunch of town cars and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, much in a prototype thing. Because I loathe the Escudo for what it is and what it represents, I get a C. Because they have nothing useful, and I hate the Escudo. I hate that thing. It's just stupid. Tommy Kara is like some kind of like, do you like to keep the Shelby of Japan? I mean, they make some stuff. That thing's kind of cool looking. They get a B. I don't know anything about them, and their stuff is okay. So, Isuzu. I like their small truck line, and they always worked with GM a lot. So I doubt we're going to see anything that's really interesting. That's kind of cool for an old '68. Yeah, they're mainly known for making their trucks, not their cars. So we're not going to see much in the way cars, but yeah, They got some cool looking little older cars. Okay. Can't complain. They get a B. It'll be Nissan. You better have some good stuff in here as well as my favorite. One of my other favorite cars in history better be in this lineup right here. It better be. There's a '63 Skyline. Yeah, just kind of standard looking sedan. Sylvia from '65. That's kind of fun looking. Okay, it's got kind of an angled nose on it, angled rear end a little bit. That's a nice car. The Bluebird. Again, kind of bland sedan. Another Skyline Sport Coupe 62. I like that front end. What's the rear look like? Rear looks okay. It's got kind of like a winged rear end on it. Yeah, I like that car. That's a bad looking car right there. I like that one. 67 Skyline. 4-door Skyline. Yeah, it's bland. Fairlady Z, or Fairlady 2000. This is the first of the Z series. There's a Fairlady Z. There you go, C78. Buddy of mine in high school actually had one of these. And he tried turbocharging it before he had all the stuff for it, and it was, God, it was running so rich. I don't know if he ever finished it. I need to talk to him about that. 240, I mean, it's the same thing, kind of. Skyline hardtop from 70. Kind of like that car. It looks kind of fun. What's the rear look like? Yeah, okay, it's good. 73, kind of same thing. Ooh, it's a fastback. Oh, with a spoiler on it. Oh, that's a bad looking car right there. Slow as mess, but God, look at that. That's a cool looking car. 240 RS from 83. And flared fenders kind of work. I like the rear. Front looks okay. Get that 80s kind of like polygon look to it. I like it. I like that car. Yeah. $1 million. Don't know, don't care. It's freaking hyper cars. There's a 1600 Bluebird rally car, race car. Alright, what's in the lineup? Come on, Datsun. Let's do this thing. Got the Micra, hot garbage, the Cube. Oh. One of the most hideous, vile cars ever put forth on the roads. You lose a point for that. Primera. We got Skyline 300 GT. That's a terrible car. That's a bad car. I hate these cars with a passion. Okay, can we give one with a hard top? Okay, look at the side profile of this car. Okay, you see the side profile. I used to draw cars that looked like this when I was 5. You put a straight line in between the wheels, like it's starting on there, and you drew a bubble from the front wheel to the back wheel. And that's basically what this car is. I hate this car. It's a terrible Z car. You know, now I'm sure the one I like is probably the used car market. It's like an 80s, 300Z is the one I like. I like the 300. The 350 can go screw itself. No. This is not a 300Z. Okay? It's not. And it never will be. The 300Z is king. It's a T-top. It's got a T-top. It's got cool looking rear lights. It's got flip headlights. And it's from the 80s. And it's awesome. The 350Z is stupid. I've never been a big fan of the Skylines. They don't look good. They're so homely looking. Like the rear of that looks like a Chevy, what was it, Impala from this time. And the front looks like any old sedan that you see on the road. But the things are stupid fast and they handle so good it doesn't make sense. Oh. And all these cars have the same power. Wow, it's got Midnight Purple 3. Big whoop. Same power. It's got a carbon fiber bonnet. It doesn't matter. Ooh, and they made a Gran Turismo 4 limited edition. Ugh. GTR concept, big deal. Cup race car. That'd be kind of fun, though. Okay, we'll give that. That's something fun. Sylvia. That'd be fun. Let's see. Calcine. Pennzoil. These are all race cars. They get a B. And nowadays, Nissans are the cars on the road that you need to look out for. If you see a Nissan coming your way, just be ready to jump off the road because it's driven by somebody who doesn't know how to freaking drive. Because only idiots buy all the Nissans. And their new cars are pretty bad too. Okay, so Toyota. Oh gosh. The #1 car company in the world currently, and yet their cars are not as reliable as Mazda, Subaru, Suzuki, probably some others. And yeah, Toyota's overrated very much. Now, not some of their older stuff. Their stuff from the 80s and 90s, nah. They were the kings that time. But their new stuff, crap. I'm sorry, but their trucks are actually pretty good. Give them that. Okay. 2000 GT is one of the coolest cars ever. Don't care. Don't care. These are overrated rally cars because of stupid Sega Rally crap. GT1, don't like it. Bunch of bull crap in there. The only thing that was in there was worth anything was that 2000 GT. You lose a point for that because the Prius is hot garbage. My aunt owns one. I've ridden in it. They're okay to ride around in. I'm not going to say they're not bad cars to just drive around, putter around town in. But look at it. I need to say more. And it's also got a dashboard. Okay, where the seat, you see where the driver's seats are, and you see where the front of the windshield is? That's a mile. The car is all dashboard on the inside. I know this. I've sat in one. It fits. Don't care. Other than it's got the same name as the worst mech in Steel Battalion, so maybe Toyota built the Vitz. Volts. Is that name actually? It's vibrating. The Volts is vibrating. I wonder if that's like a thing with the graphics or something. I don't know. That's a Pontiac Vibe. See it? You see that, guys? Wait till the front comes around. That's a Pontiac Vibe. See it? Rest my case. You have a Vibe in your lineup. You just lost another point. You got this. That's 1 point. You're down to a B. You're down to a C. You better have something in here that's going to make up for it. Yeah, I mean, MR2s are fun. What we got? Well, it runs. The Corolla station wagon. Okay. Nothing wrong with Corollas. They're fun. The GTRS that they made in the 80s was pretty cool. A buddy of mine in high school had one of those, and it was he had the coolest car in high school. Kid you not. He had a Corolla GTS, and it was stick shift and all that, and he ruined it because he dogged it out, drive like a moron, and then he slammed it, and then it rode like a go-kart with no suspension on it, and it was still fun, but he ruined it. It was a solid black, nothing wrong with this thing, cool freaking car, and all he did was sit there and just dog it out, and then he busted the transmission on where he didn't have third, so we'd hear him go, no, he lost second gear, so we'd hear him, every time he'd leave from work, he'd rev it up real high in first, and then go to third, and then you're go, oh, I hate it, you ruined that. Tacoma X1, this is your sports pickup, and it's an extended cab. That's not, you're not helping your cause here, Toyota. Don't care. What the frig is that? That's actually kind of cool looking. RSC is some kind of prototype. Some kind of weird prototype race car. Nobody cares. And a bunch of crazy cars. You lost, let's see, you lost 2 points. You get a C. Because there's nothing in there worth wanting to drive. There's no Supras. Did you see a Supra in there, guys? No, because Supra got canceled. Probably one in the used car market. What the heck is ASL? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so I'm going to get a B. Alright, well, that was Japan. Where are we going to head to next? Probably the UK. Oh, gosh, Korea. Do we have to? Do we even bother going there? We'll go to the UK next time, guys, on Spetz Rants about cars and Gran Turismo 4. Later.